2018 E-Pace is Jaguar's very first compact sport utility vehicle, and it follows in the footsteps, or shall we say tire tracks, of the very successful F-Pace. The compact sport utility market has been getting hotter and hotter year after year, and it's very competitive. The E-Pace is basically pitting itself against the BMW X1 and X2, the Audi Q3, the Volvo XC40, as well as the Mercedes-Benz GLA. So Jaguar really wants to put its best foot forward, and they've really done an amazing job with the E-Pace. So let's check it out. But before we do, let's tackle the name, E-Pace. A lot of people consider that to be kind of misleading because they think maybe it should be the electric Jaguar, you know, the I-Pace coming out very soon. But no, they stuck with the E. Now, why the E? Some people believe it's because you have the Jaguar XE and XF sedans, from a smaller to a larger version. So again, now you've got the E and the F. Other people go the alphabet route. A, B, C, D, E, F, you know, so the smaller the vehicle, the earlier, the sooner you see the letter in the alphabet. That means one day, if Jaguar keeps this up, you might have a really tiny A-Pace. A-Pace, tiny car. Okay, I have a theory. I believe since Jaguar introduced the F-Pace first, F stands for first. And then, of course, eventually they introduced the E-Pace, so E stands for eventually. Well, anyway, let's go look at the car. Now, the first thing you'll notice is you have a very sophisticated exterior styling with a certain amount of rugged sportiness built in. Bold honeycomb grille right up front, accented in 3 spots by more air intakes, which give it a more aggressive look in the front end. You have full LED lighting, plus you have the LED J-Blade daytime running light. And of course, as you come down farther, you can even see these integrated fog lights down below. The E-Pace comes in a variety of trim levels. You have the base model, the SE, the SEL, and you also have the R-Dynamic line, which comes with the SE and HSE editions, just like we're looking at here right now. There's also the first edition model, which is available only in the first production year. The E-Pace comes in 2 different engine configurations. They're both 2.0-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engines, but the base model produces 246 horsepower, 269 pound-feet of torque. But when you step up to the R-Dynamic models, now you're going to get 296 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. And they're both mated to a 9-speed ZF automatic transmission that has manual shift as well as paddles. Now, if you look quite closely, right underneath our very attractive Virginia inspection sticker, you can see Mother Jaguar and her cub etched in there. I think his name is Larry. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, for those of you that are interested in statistics and things like that, the little details, the base engine will average 24 miles per gallon between around town and highway, and 0 to 60 in about 6.6 seconds, and the R-Dynamic engine will get you 23 miles per gallon average and 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds. Check that out. Now, on our edition, we've got these beautiful 20-inch rims, and they are just dynamic. It just really make this vehicle stand out. And it's all-wheel drive. The base model comes with permanent all-wheel drive, and the R-Dynamic system comes with the active driveline, which means at lower speeds, it'll go to front-wheel drive, but when you speed up or need extra traction for inclement weather, it'll shift it to all 4 wheels. You have these beautiful character lines that extend into the rear doors and then grow out of it again to the back. And you have a very wide rear staunch area here, which gives it more of that aggressive off-road feel. Plus, you have an integrated rear spoiler, and the back glass, rather than falling straight down like a lot of vehicles do, this one just extends back to the rear cargo area. So you have these very broad mouth chrome tip dual exhausts in the back with more honeycomb rear diffusers back here. And this, of course, you have your backup sensors and your front parking sensors, surround camera systems with certain tech packages. Plus, you can also appreciate the full LED backup lights as well. You have your rear hatch cargo area. Of course, you have your backup camera located there. Oh, and we left all our crap in here. So sorry. There's lots of room back here. You have 24.2 cubic feet of cargo space with the back seat up and 52.7 with the back seats down. Privacy cover here and everything, and you can fit a lot of stuff back there. You really can. Oh, you have 60-40 split folding rear seats and little cubby areas, storage areas, and even emergency spare tire back here, right there. Fully inflated, air is free. It's already included in the tire, right there. And you also have tie downs and another 12-volt power source. And you can close it with a push of a button. Some of them even have the hands-free feature, but I don't, not on this one. This is a compact SUV, but it does seat two people very nicely back here, a third one in the middle in a pinch. You have decent headroom, especially with the glass panel roof. Plus you have the cup holders you can't live without, and there's extra storage area in the side bins as well. Plus you have ventilation back here and 1, 2, 3, count them, 3 5-volt USB outlets back here. That's not bad. Pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. You have push start and stop, of course. You have extremely comfortable seating. The leather is wonderful. This has the 18-way adjustable power seat. The base models get 10, but you know, enjoy it while you got it. Everything is at your fingertips as far as your multimedia interface. You have the 12.3-inch digital optional screen. And what's cool about that is you can actually, as you go through, you have your 10-inch screen over here. I want to go to navigation, display, and there it is. It's absolutely wonderful. And you have plenty of storage area. You've got a center console with a little bit of storage here. You have a little tray right here, which actually removes. And then you have your cup holders here. If you don't want your cup holders, you can pop them out, have additional storage down here. And there's also 2 USB connectors as well as another 12-volt source and a very large glove box. And the side bins, of course, will hold plenty of water bottles or whatever debris you want to throw down there. And when you're hooked up to the internet, you have your in-control apps, and there's up to 20 different apps, but you got to be hooked into it. And this even has an available 4G Wi-Fi hotspot with the ability to handle up to 8 devices. Here we go. Sounding nice, sounding raspy. And rasp is good. You know, it's one thing to be stuck in traffic, it's another thing to be stuck in a 2018 Jaguar E-Pace. And that's very nice because you have definitely a commanding view of the road, as I always say with SUVs, at least out front. Very large dual sport mirrors, your frameless rearview mirror, but the visibility out back, it's a limited visibility to say the least, but it's all right. You do have your lane change assist, your backup camera, your parking assist, your blind spot detection, adaptive cruise control, autonomous braking systems. I mean, the higher the trim level that you go with Jag, the more tech you get. So if you can, get it all. The interior is very sophisticated with a simple layout. You have your optional 12.3-inch digital instrumentation right here with your multimedia interface that's controlled on the left side of the steering wheel. The right side of the steering wheel controls your cruise control, which is adaptive, of course. And you have your digital speedometer, tachometer, gearing, everything's right there. And With your ZF 9-speed automatic transmission, you do have sport shift availability where you can bring it through the gears yourself, or you could use paddle shifters. So it gives you a lot of fun at your fingertips. Now, many of our viewers have said, Steve, tell us about the tilt and telescopic steering wheel. So I will. It has a telescopic and tilting steering wheel. So there. Acceleration. Working it through the 9-speed automatic transmission, the ZF, and sport shift availability. Downshift, move it, groove it, back it off. Bam. 9. Steering wheel has very nice thick leather grip to it, nice thumb support for the 2 and 10. Brakes work well. As you can see right now, we're coming to a stop. And when we do, you're going to see the auto start stop system at work, right? Off, on. That's quick. That's nice. And if you do want to disable that, you just push this little button right there and let your engine idle as needed. Now, this is one feature that is absolutely exclusive to Jaguar. The Sunglass Holder. No other auto manufacturer on the planet has a sunglass holder up in the upper console. Huh. I'm just kidding. You do have the available head-up display, and that's not on our car, I don't think. What? It's very quiet. I don't have the stereo on or anything to that effect, but it's very quiet, limited wind noise in any way, shape, or form. You do hear the transmission going through the gears a bit, and you have the opportunity to change your drive modes with just a push of a button right here on the center console. You could go into a rain and ice setting, eco setting, we're in comfort, and you can also go into dynamic. So we're in dynamic right now. And of course the instrumentation glows a little red there to let you know you're in control and dangerous. You definitely feel the weight of the vehicle. It's about 4,200 pounds, and you are sitting on the Land Rover Evoque and Discovery Sport chassis system, so it's amazing all-wheel drive configurations. They really borrow nicely from their Land Rover cousins. With the R Dynamic version, like we're driving right now, you actually have the advanced all-wheel drive system, the active all-wheel drive, where it'll shift the torque to the front as a front-wheel drive configuration at lower speeds, or when it's all-wheel drive isn't needed, and then it will jump it back and forth to all-wheel drive within 0.03 of a second to the rear. And you can even send up to 100% of the torque back there as well. So you have a sure-footed grip on dry pavement as well as inclement weather. One of the finest British audio companies out there is Meridian, and Jaguar takes advantage of that, offering 2 Meridian sound systems. The first is an 11-speaker, 380-watt system, but then you can step up to the premium 17-speaker, 825 surround sound watts of amazing power Meridian system. And I do love my tunes. Now, the center console obviously is slanted slightly towards the driver with your giant passenger grip there, just in case. And the knobs, the knobulation is what I call it. Very, very nice. You have the air conditioning here, individual controls, plus your fan speed dead center. You have your fingertip controls for rear window defroster, maximum auto air conditioning sync, the heated seats, ventilation, all of it right there, fingertip control. So everything's within easy reach. You have your 10-inch screen up top. You have, with your Jag Connect, you have over 20 apps that you can access, all the controls you need to deal with your phone, with your Bluetooth, your cameras, valet mode, the seats, eco data. You can download your stereo system, navigation, all of that at your fingertips. And you also have your home controls and all the other auxiliary controls illustrated below at the bottom of the screen, or you could just go home. One of the nice things you can appreciate is the glass panel. If you get the glass panel, it gives it that indoor-outdoor feel, and it gives it a certain amount of airiness to the... Airiness? Airiness? No, there's no air, because it doesn't open. It's not a sunroof, it's a glass panel, just so you know. Static, doesn't move. But it's good to have. Now, it's true the E-Pace is not a sports car. No doubt about it, it's undeniable. But it is a luxury compact sport utility vehicle that will give you probably some of the most bang for your buck possible. It runs about $40,000 for the base edition, give or take a few bucks, up to $60,000 optioned out. But when you experience the exhilaration, the power, the all-wheel drive capability, and the luxury and technology, it's definitely going to be a sport utility vehicle to consider if you're shopping for one. And if you do buy it, tell them Steve sent you.